Got a story for you, Corbin.
Oh, I'm excited.
A Cheeto shaped like the beloved Pokemon Charizard has sold at an auction for the total cost of $87,000. Okay.
Okay.
I got a picture of it. There you go. Showing you the picture.
That's actually quite accurate. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's decent, and they put it in like a little case with a little Charizard heading.
It says Cheetozard.
It says Cheeto. Yeah, it's Cheetozard. That's what they call it. So it's a 3-inch long flamin' hot Cheeto. It is the shape of the Pokemon Charizard. It came out that way. It was found sometime like around 2018, I think, originally. So it went to auction. And yeah, there were 60-some bids going on it, and the top bid of $87,000. Got a Cheeto shaped like a Charizard.
People will buy anything, eh?
Yeah, anything and everything. Would you rather have this Cheeto shaped Charizard for $87,000 or watch an episode of The Big Bang Theory?
Oh, I don't want to lose that much money. Oh, yes, I'll take the Cheeto.
Welcome to Season 2 of Radical Apathy, the show that takes a hilarious and different dive into pop culture, gaming, and life. We're here to dissect the chaos and shrug at the drama, all while asking the question, why does it matter? Let's not care together. I like this. Enjoy the podcast Season 2 and to all of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time for the Radical Apathy Podcast. How'd that go? That was pretty good.
Yeah, I was trying to do an echo for you. I think I was slow on the echo.
Radical. You know what? Here, let me say you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of a general gripe, but I'll address it now.
Oh.
Okay? Concerts. I hate concerts.
Yes, we have griped of concerts. They suck.
I forget what I've talked about.
we do that.
I don't want to say it just in case I've talked about it.
Well, I mean, you can. I mean, no one listens to all of our shows anyway. This is episode 32. So we talked about a lot of things going into Season 2 here of our conversational fortnightly podcast. My name is Tanner.
Hey, I'm Corbin. What's up?
Not much. We got a bit of a day for everybody here.
It's a bit of a day.
We're going to go through some what we play and what we watching. We're going to cover some gripes.
Gripes.
We got a top 5 for you.
Top 5.
We're going to go over a little piece of Taiwan time because I just got back from Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Going to do some Taiwan time. And we got a bit of a game to close out the night.
I hope it's a good game. Is it a good game?
It's a different one. Mm-hmm. It's going to be different. I don't know how engaged you're going to be, but
I'll be engaged.
Okay.
I'm going to do it.
All right. It'll be fun.
I'm going to crush it.
It'll be fun. And that's what we have in store for you. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. You're just all great, eh?
Are we?
No, we are not.
Oh, we're not.
No, but...
we got problems.
We get problems. Our listeners are delightful people, and you should feel good about yourselves. Or don't. I don't care.
Give yourself a handshake. Is that possible?
I mean, yeah, you can
do this.
You can do this. Yeah. We just touched hands. Mm-hmm. Not each other's hands.
Our own one.
Our own hands. People are really enjoying this.
Let's just start it, man.
What are you watching? What are you playing, Corbin? What are you watching? What are you playing?
So, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up this week.
Okay.
And go what you reading, what you watching.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, a bit of
not really playing anything.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start with what I'm reading.
Tell me what you're reading.
Okay, I talked about it a little bit last week, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly what I talked about. But I'm currently reading my favorite comic book arc because I think the last episode encouraged me to go back and reread it. I think I talked about it last time, and it's the greatest single comic book arc I've read, which is
Howard the Duck,
Captain America. Captain America from 2004 to 2011. Okay, and there's this certain writer. His name is Ed Brubaker. And he came to the Captain America comics, and they started at like a new number 1. They went off their traditional 600 or whatever.
Yeah,
it was like 500 and something. And then in 2004, they said, "No, we're bringing this new guy in. We're going to start a new number 1." And he came in and revamped this entire Captain America character. They brought back, I've mentioned before that I love the espionage wing of the MCU.
You do?
And the reason why I love the espionage wing of the MCU is because of this comic book run. And he brings back the Red Skull. He brings back characters like Sharon Carter, Agent 13. He makes the Falcon actually good. I think the MCU movies do a good job of the Falcon, but Falcon is actually good in the comic books. Black Widow, some Iron Man, some Nick Fury, some Maria Hill, like lots of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff. And it's all about Arnim Zola, which is a really good comic book character. And it's all about this arc. And it starts with Steve basically this writer created the Winter Soldier character. It's the first.
This is the first run of Bucky.
This is the first run of Bucky.
Gotcha.
And but the Winter Soldier, and so it's inspired my favorite MCU movie.
Yeah.
And it is just phenomenal. But it's all because of the Red Skull and a cosmic cube, and it's just the best. And there's mind control, and there's just minions and espionage, and Nick Fury that is most like backhandedness, and and so I started at number 1, and so I remember I loved it and I owned it, but then I remembered I didn't have the whole thing, so I read the whole thing. And then I'm like, well, I got to keep going. I want to read this entire run. So, because I only bought it like for a couple years, and I stopped reading it, and I kept rereading the same thing. So this time I'm like, no, I got to finish it. So I got $9.99 membership for 1 month to Marvel Unlimited, and so that is just digital comic books, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you can look on your computer, your iPad, your awful Android device that you own.
Yeah, the best ones.
Do you have an Android tablet? Side note.
I don't have a tablet. The closest I have is our writing Kindle. Same one that you have, but no, I don't tablet. I have a laptop, which is a Lenovo.
A Lenovo laptop. Windows machine. Anyway, no, I can read them on the web.
So is this? Have they made this an omnibus, or are you dicking around through every little bit of every comic?
So here's the problem. The problem with comic books, and this is both companies, is you can never just fucking read one run.
It's annoying.
You can't just read Captain America and go Captain America, because they'll do these little one-off series,
little crossovers,
or crossovers.
Yeah.
It doesn't make fucking sense. And so what I've done is I've Googled the omnibus collection of this Ed Brubaker run.
Yeah.
And so I've read everything. So the first part of it is the Winter Soldier, the first omnibus, which I don't have the omnibus, but I have the little small trade paperbacks.
Okay. Yep.
So omnibus. So all these are in trade paperbacks that I own. So I got the Winter Soldier part. Okay. And so I looked at the omnibus online, and I have all the trades for that part of it. Then the second part of the Winter Soldier story is the death of Captain America. And this is the famous first time Captain America has ever died.
Yeah.
In the comic books, and he's assassinated by Crossbones.
A really cool cover art.
Yeah.
I remember of the comic of
he's laying on the steps of the courthouse. Because what happened was during the middle of this awesome Steve Rogers comic arc that I'm reading, they had the crossover Civil War, which the third Captain America movie is based on.
Yeah.
Okay. And him and Tony fight, and they have all the things. And then what happens at the end of that comic book arc is that Steve gives up. Okay, he's like, man, I'm. Look,
it's not worth the death.
He's like, look what we're doing, and I got to stop. I'm going to turn myself in. So he is going to the courthouse, and then on the steps of the courthouse, Crossbones snipers him. At the request of the Red Skull, who's controlling. But then also, Dr. Faustus, who's not in the MCU movies, okay? But Dr. Faustus, Arnim Zola, at the request of the Red Skull, okay? Dr. Faustus has secretly taken the identity of the S.H.I.E.L.D. resident psychologist and has been mind fucking with people.
Yeah, in S.H.I.E.L.D.
In S.H.I.E.L.D. And one of those people is Agent 13, who was walking him up the the steps. And what happens over a huge story arc, you find out that, yes, Crossbones was the initial shot, but then Sharon Carter took out her gun and went bam, 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 3 times right in his gut. Okay? So, super cool. Okay, so the death of Steve Rogers. So then I kept going on Marvel Unlimited after the death of Steve Rogers, which turns into the omnibus Captain America Lives. And this is when, not Falcon, but the Winter Soldier takes up the mantle of Captain America.
As it should have been.
And it's fantastic. Okay, because Winter Soldier is my favorite character, I think, probably. Him and Cap. But love Winter Soldier. But then I looked at the omnibus online, and I looked at what's in this omnibus to follow the Ed Brubaker story, and there's a bunch of one-shots and shit I got to read. And they didn't have them on Marvel.
They didn't have the comic on the websites?
They didn't have that specific Captain America. So it's this little thing which I've read, and then Captain America Reborn 1 to 5 is included in that omnibus, and it's not on Marvel Unlimited anywhere. So last night, at about 2 in the morning, I went onto Amazon. And I'm like, if I'm going to own this comic book run, I'm just going to get them all. So I bought the Captain America Lives omnibus. I bought the following omnibus, which is the Trial of Captain America.
Okay.
And then the final omnibus, which is Return of the Winter Soldier. And so then they include a bunch of stuff that wasn't on the website. So these are coming tomorrow. I'm going to have all the entire
physical omnibuses are coming.
I will, after this is over, I will own every single Ed Brubaker Captain America.
That's pretty cool.
Comic. And I don't even know how this run ends. I'm familiar all the way up to now, and everything I'm reading now is new to me.
Oh, that's exciting.
So,
and they're big. Like these omnibuses. They're hefty books.
Yeah, 700 pages.
Yeah. Of just good story, but they're good stories. These are well written.
Ed Brubaker, this is rare. He was doing so good with this comic, and it revitalized this character, and the Winter Soldier character was very popular, that he stayed on this comic book run for 8 years. 8.
Yeah,
that's insanity.
That is unbelievable.
Nobody stays on a run for 8 years.
No. He was also an uncredited writer on The Winter Soldier, but I think that's just because they took all of his stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he wrote directly on the show, but it's based on his works, right?
Yeah.
So,
and he wrote on Westworld, if you like that TV show.
Yeah. He also had a cameo in The Winter Soldier.
Oh.
And he played the Winter Soldier's handler.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
that's kind of cool, though. It's like his daddy coming back.
So when you watch the MCU and you're like, man, I agree with Corbin, Winter Soldier is the greatest MCU movie of all time. It came from this comic book run. Ed Brubaker's Captain America from 2004 to 2011.
Yeah.
I highly encourage everyone in the world to read it. It's fantastic.
He's also writing the new Batman cartoon on Amazon.
Is he really?
Yeah, the new one that started in this last year.
Oh, then I bet it's pretty good then.
He's writing that one. Yeah, to go into Batman now. That's a good book. What are you watching?
No, what are you playing?
What am I playing? I'm just not quite almost finishing up Avowed still. I got back and
actually what I want to know, let me twist the question because I twisted mine a little bit. I want to know what you played on the way to and from Thailand.
Good question. I didn't play as much as...
So you were bringing a bunch of devices with you.
I did, yeah. We brought them. Because like the day before we left, the Tomb Raiders 3, 4, and 5... Or sorry, 4, 5, and 6 remasters released the day before we left. So I downloaded that game bundle, gave it to the wife because her favorite is Angel of Darkness Tomb Raider game. So she just... bogarted the Nintendo and just played that the whole way. Mm-hmm. So I had the Steam Deck. The only game I really got into was Warhammer's Rogue Trader, which is kind of like a CRPG set in the Warhammer 40k universe.
And how did you keep this device charged the whole time you were playing?
Poorly, because the Steam Deck, especially the first version that I got, it is a fucking battery hog. So I would, as soon as I get it out, I plug it into the power outlet on the plane, but it's not enough. There's not enough power to keep it going. So it just kind of extends your play period by maybe 40 minutes. but the drain still kills the power.
You had to figure out other stuff to do then for the rest of the... How long was this flight?
The flight was 16 hours.
Jesus Christ, I want to talk about that more.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
When we get to that.
So I touched on Rogue Trader.
Yeah.
Came back, played some Avowed. But yeah, my 2 weeks gone, I didn't get a whole lot of gaming in. So I went back to still playing some Avowed. Still great. Still Obsidian storytelling, which is awesome. So like that. And I watched, Corbin, to go back to the plane. I watched, because the Oscars happened while I was in Thailand.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone gave a shit about the Oscars this year because nothing really happened.
I didn't give a shit
in 2024 about any of the movies. So,
no.
But one of the movies was Conclave.
Love fucking Conclave.
So you've watched it.
I've watched it and I loved every second of it.
So I watched it on the aeroplane.
Okay.
And because I like... And I know you do too. You kind of like a lot of that religious background, even though neither of us are really religious, but the religion kind of historical stories. And this movie does a very good job at showing what actually happens when they have to elect a new pope.
I think this is interesting movie to me because this concept of conclave, which I didn't know about, was first introduced to me when I read Dan Brown's Angels and Demons. So I was very interested to watch this book and see what kind of how they spun a drama out of it. So
yeah, and they do, and I agree, they do a fantastic job of making a little political drama set in this world, and it surprised me how interesting of a political drama they could make it, because really it's just 118 dudes in a room at the end of the day, but it sticks very true to how the Pope's elected and the sequestrament and how they're all kind of locked in a room together until a decision is made and 2/3 majority and blah blah blah. All the actors in it are
just actors you love,
crushing it,
just
right?
Actors you love,
and they're just crushing it. You have Ralph Fiennes, who's the main actor in this one. You have Stanley Tucci. You have John Lithgow. You have what's the other guy's name?
Isabella Rossellini.
Isabella Rossellini, thank you. Who plays the Sister Agnes? Is that right? Sister Agnes, who plays the nun there. So I sat and watched this movie. Mm-hmm. Really liked it.
Yeah.
Really, really, really liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it too.
And then the ending happened.
I agree. What
the actual fuck was the point of that? So let's get into some spoilers. So we've seen the Conclave. 98.5% of Conclave is a fantastic movie. Go ahead and watch it. The ending is hot shit garbage. We'll get into why, but spoilers if you don't want to watch it, because we're going to basically drop a huge spoiler here. So you've seen it.
Okay, we're going to dance on this topic. I just want to make sure we're dancing on it.
No, yeah, I want to talk about it. So
okay,
so the quick and dirty, they have this new election for Pope. Last hour before they begin, this random dude shows up, secretly was made an archbishop by the Pope like a year before. No one knew who this guy was, but he's the Archbishop of Afghanistan, of Kabul, which obviously they don't want to make that known that there's an archbishop if Catholics there, because they'd be blown the fuck. So they kept it in secret. So he shows up because all archbishops need to go collect the new Pope. So last minute shows up. They kind of make like, oh, is this guy? Oh, at the beginning, like, who the fuck is this guy? And then that's it. Say, okay, yeah, you're in. Good. High five. Move on. Because they got other political bullshit. There's all these fucking asshole archbishops they got to deal with, right? Mm-hmm. But he's just in there, and he's a quiet Arab dude, but he's really supportive of the main character, and really that's all it is. He's kind of the most holy. What do you think of a good, pure pope of Catholic, or a good, pure priest of any religion? Yep. This is the kind of person you think of, right? Wants to help the little people, gets their hands dirty, gets out there making missions, feeding babies, that kind of thing, right? This is that character, right? It's very two-dimensional, in all honesty. They're just happy you want to be there. Yeah. And that's really all they talk about him, and that's it. He's just there. So they do these votes. And then over the course of the show, when they're doing the revotes, he's slowly getting more votes. Yeah, because they read the votes out, and you have to have 2/3 majority. But every once in a while, and it's very slow. He's always the lowest.
Yes,
through the entire time. But it's always like, 1 vote, 4 votes, 9 votes. Where you usually need like 75, I think, to become the Pope, something like that. Yeah. So he's always there. After his initial introduction, there are 2 scenes with him in the movie, both with the main character. Both scenes are the exact same scene where he's like, hey, stop voting. The main character says, hey, stop voting for me. You're evening out the votes. And the guy's like, no, I'm going to vote with my heart. And I think you're going to be the best one for Pope, so I'm doing it anyways. Fuck you. Both scenes have that message.
Yeah.
Okay. you don't come back. Then they have like like an 80-minute period of Act 2 and 3 where this person doesn't exist anymore, and then the ending happens. So the ending, long story short, it's a bunch of blah blah political cool stuff happens. This guy ends up getting elected as Pope.
Yeah.
Through a very cool story of how it's done. It's very entertaining. And yeah, he becomes elected as Pope, picks his name, and as he's getting fitted for his fancy white hat to go out on the balcony, the main character, who's kind of like the manager of this whole program, like he's running the show, his helper comes up to him and says, hey, this guy was sent to the Geneva for a medical thing. We're worried that maybe he's actually sick and then he's going to die right away. That's a problem. Turns out he's a hermaphrodite.
Mm-hmm.
He has ovaries, and so
he's got the insides of a female and the insides
he's a hermaphrodite. He's got he's got both. So the main character confronts him. It's like, hey man, what the fuck did you go to Geneva for? And he's like, oh yeah, I went for a hysterectomy. He's like, but I didn't do it because God made me this way, and the Pope knew, and this is what I need to be. And then just the sharp right turn into the gender politic of this whole thing, which is not even touched on once for the entirety of this movie, right? So the writing whiplash of this, it threw me off so hard that I got mad at this movie. And I don't care what the end political or whatever thing was. Maybe he was a demon or he was the devil, right? Whatever it is, I don't care. But nothing was laid out at the front end of this movie regarding this turn.
Would this be considered a twist ending then? Like,
of course. Yeah.
Twist endings, you don't usually see it coming, right?
Right, but a good twist ending, there are things peppered throughout the story that when you go back and say, oh yeah,
well, I mean,
right?
Because when you say they didn't talk about, we knew there is parts where they talk about it. They were talking about him making a trip to go to a hospital. All that hospital stuff did happen in that 90 minutes that we didn't see him for.
But they also say that it's because he's probably sick. Like they don't infer it's for gender things.
Yeah,
and they don't. And the main part of the story, they always talk about this threat, but they're talking about the threat of Muslims against Christians around this war of threat, right? That's kind of the big political intrigue. There's a right-wing Italian guy that wants to take it back to old school, and then the more liberal Catholics trying to do their thing. And that's the heart of the story, is how is this church going to fall between going progressive and keeping a proper liberal ideas going forward, or avoiding falling back to more of a right-winged, more political, like old school Latin and fire and brimstone shit, right? That's the heart of this story. And then and all of a sudden, like, they could have just ended it, but then they're just like, oh yeah, I'm a hermaphrodite, and the guy's like, well, fuck, because obviously Catholic reasons. But then it just ends, then that's just over.
And this guy gets elected based on a speech that he makes in front of everybody.
Yeah.
About tolerance and he addresses the political concerns of both sides.
Yeah, because he calls them out both and saying, hey, you fucks sit in this golden castle and talk about whatever you want to talk about, but I've been in the mud doing this shit. And which he asked. Like, they've laid that out. He's like, so you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah. He's like, I do this shit in Kabul.
Yeah.
So fuck you. Because, again, they're talking about Muslims against Christians.
Yes.
Right? And it's a great speech. And it's very well written. That's all very good. But then just all of a sudden, he's like, oh, by the way, I'm a hermaphrodite.
Let me just be clear. I don't mind that it's a story beat. Like, I'm not against bringing up gender awareness or any of that. But what I didn't like is that the movie just didn't need it.
It could have ended. Like, he could have walked in.
Yeah, because I think the speech was powerful enough, and the reason he gave it was powerful enough.
Yeah,
that was good enough that the movie resolved.
And it shut them up. And they're sitting in the chapel with the blown out roof from the bomb, right? Like,
the bomb. Yeah,
setting's fantastic.
I think that was good enough. If I can say that.
Yeah, I think even if they just did a simple, like, I think the confrontation really threw it out of the pacing and the writing. If they, because the movie ends, just the buddy's like goes back to his room and like is like in his little room in the Vatican, and like some not nurses, what are they called? Nuns walk out, and he looks down. He's like, "Oh, they're happy. Okay," and that's the end. That's how the movie ends.
Well, the movie it was I think it was a reference to the turtles walking to the or out of the remember the turtles
and the previous Pope had pet turtles.
It was kind of like the people were mimicking what the turtles were like. That's my interpretation of the ending.
Which could have been a nice ending, right? Like it was okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just got a note then, but like this extra little twist. Yeah. It was so unnecessary and so unprepped that it literally gave me whiplash watching it. And I'm sitting there playing like, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened?
You know what? I will tell you, I had the same reaction. I watched it a bunch of months ago, late last year, and I was very excited to see it. I was all in on this movie.
Yeah.
And the ending happened, and I did go upstairs to talk to my wife, and I explained it to her, and it was just like twist endings work when it fits. This one just didn't fit for me.
Yeah, you can do them, but it has to fit the theme of the story.
Yeah.
Like this, it was not anywhere near it.
And like I said, the resolution of him getting that spot was
everything else. Everything else was awesome. Everything else was a banger.
It was powerful enough.
Yeah, everything else was great. I mean, I would have given that movie a 9 because of that ending. I'm giving it a 7.
Oh, I'm definitely not doing that. This movie would have been a 10 for me. But I'm giving it a 9.5 because of the ending.
No, see, it bothered me more. This just fucking random shit they've thrown in there.
This was a movie that was based off a book. It was the same author that wrote all the Hannibal Lecter books. So it was. I don't know what I was going.
Robert Harris.
Robert Harris, I think his name is Richard Harris. Robert
Harris. Yeah.
Robert Harris. Yeah. Conclave. I still say you should see it for sure because it's definitely one of the best movies of the last 5 years.
Yeah, definitely go watch it. Just be prepared for that ending.
It's on Prime Video. For free. Well,
I really liked. I mean, I love John Lithgow and everything he does, but
he's the best bad guy though. Hey?
He's such a good bad guy, and he does. And obviously, Stanley Tucci was awesome too. But John Lithgow, when he's confronted the first time by Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, so slimy.
And he's just like, and you can tell he's acting so well that he's very poignantly saying, "Oh no, this is bull." He's not freaking out. He's like, "No, this is no. You're accusing me. That didn't happen. This is who told you this? Oh, this." But you can tell the whole time he's lying through his fucking teeth.
Yeah, you can tell.
They just did it. That whole scene was done so well, and Ralph Fiennes know it, and Ralph Fiennes' character knows it, and you know it as the audience.
Rafe is like, you're full of shit, dude.
He is. He's like, oh, you're fucking lying through your teeth to me right now. Yeah. It's other than that, it's a really good movie.
What I did find fascinating with the movie, and I think you touched on it a little bit, was that the interpolitical workings of a conclave, and that you have priests. Like you would think that everyone's a united front on what their religion is.
Yeah.
And it's not like that. Well, in this movie, anyway.
And I like
Everyone
that they made
has a political agenda or a viewpoint. Like you said, some people, a right and left viewpoint of their religion and where they believe the future of the church should be headed. And there's some people who are more inclusive. There's some people who are less inclusive. There are some people that want to bring back only Latin masses and services, and they feel like the past is being forgotten and what got them there in the first place. Which valid point, So it was really interesting. I loved that part of the movie.
Well, I do too. Yeah, honestly, the strong. Like 4/5 of that movie are really strong.
Yeah,
like from beginning to almost end.
Yeah,
it's really captivating.
It's more like 7/8. I mean, the end was only a little.
7/8 is fair. Yeah, it's honestly it's the last like 8 minutes. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
but everything else is awesome.
Yeah.
So please enjoy. What are you watching? Tell me what you're watching.
Oh, so I only watch one TV show at a time.
Yeah, because it's too much.
Too much for me.
It's too much.
I am knee deep in 4 or 5 TV shows right now.
Oh my god!
So I finally started the second season of Silo. Silo's on Apple TV Plus.
Yep.
It's Rebecca Ferguson. I love me some Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah.
And I'm halfway through this season. It's goddamn excellent. This show's so good. Then Yellow Jackets has come back for season 3.
Yeah, we touched on Yellow Jackets.
Season 1 of Yellow Jackets was so good. Here's the problem with TV shows. Okay, and it's happening to Yellow Jackets. And anybody if they're making a TV show that's not based on a previous work, like Silo's based on 3 Silo books, I believe. Okay, or 4 Silo books.
Okay.
So that writer had an arc that he was thinking about. Whereas if you have an original TV show like Yellow Jackets that's not based on a previous work, I find that people only have an idea, a great idea for one season.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're just scrambling.
Because they don't, most of the time, they're not going to get picked up past the first 13, right?
Yeah.
So they need to write something banger out for 13, and then just, they're likely not going to get picked up, so then why waste the time and effort? Like, I get why it is, but I agree. It's
So I love Yellow Jackets, and there was so much meat in the first season. And then season 2, a little bit less. And season 3, we are dwelling on plot lines that are so fucking boring and not necessary. Like, why am I...
Is this Twig, Birch, or Elm?
This is a show about a Lord of the Rings experience, a cannibalistic Lord of the Flies experience in the woods for some teenagers, and then their future selves coping with that trauma.
Yeah.
And I'm spending time in a scene, multiple scenes, with one of the main characters and her husband trying to sell furniture to a hotel company, and the inner workings of this. And I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? And then there's another scene in season 3 where one of the older versions of themselves dies, and they're suspecting foul play. Mm-hmm. And so 2 of them dress up as internet communication specialist people that are fixed, like home service people, and convince this guy to let them in their house so they can hack that person's internet or whatever. And I'm like, they're sitting in these costumes. I'm like, this is so not what these characters are. And then in the season 3, what's happened is, so for 3 seasons, the main character, her older version, is so likable. Okay. She's soft spoken. She's not aggressive. She makes mistakes, but she's trying to do her best, and she's not trying to hurt anybody. And that's her arc for the first 3 seasons. But her character arc when she's younger in the first 3 seasons, as it goes along, you hate her character more and more and more and more. So when you're watching this show, where I am right now, which is halfway through this season, you love the main character, but you hate the main character. It's so it clashes with each other, and it doesn't work. When you hate the younger self, you're not interested in the old. Like it, I don't know. It just doesn't work. So
here's one of the reasons why I think why, and I'm going to show you the series writing credits. How many writers are on that credit? 30, 40?
Yeah, there's a bunch.
That's gonna be why, right? You got Ashley Lyle, who I think is the creator, who's doing the main ones, but then there's just like 30 other writers who are all coming in for 1, 2, 5 episodes, doing their own little arcs. I think this is why series like American Horror Story and True Detective, and those anthology ones, because it's just, here is a one and done season series of some good list actors, because they only want to do one, but we have a full written arc, start to finish. Here we go, bang. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why you see those being really successful, because it's that premeditated plan of stories.
And the perfect example of this, and I think we've talked about this before, but I'm going to bring it up: Prison Break. Remember Prison Break?
Yeah, I do.
Remember Prison Break? And the first season was like, this is amazing.
They're in a prison.
And then they get out at the end of the first season, and they're like, well, now what? Let's put it back in prison.
Let's go back into prison, because the show's still called Prison Break.
It's so bad. And it went on for like 5 seasons.
Yeah, it went on way too long.
But the first season, it was great. They had all this cool underlore about D.B. Cooper potentially being in this thing and being a part of this prison break, and the tattoos he built himself to help him break out of prison. And all this cool shit.
Yeah.
And then season 2 happened, and you're like, this show sucks for 4 more seasons. Third show I'm watching. I have started Daredevil, Born Again.
Ooh, the first 2 shows are out now?
They are.
I don't want you to tell me too much about it, because I haven't watched it yet.
I'm not going to tell you a lot about it. I'm happy it's back.
Okay.
I'm happy it's back.
Yeah.
There is a little Marvel-ification in the first 5 minutes. Let's just say, this is not a spoiler to the plot.
Yeah.
There's just some bad CGI in the first episode, and you're just like, There was never any bad CGI in the Netflix series.
There was not.
Not 1 second, because they didn't need CGI.
There wasn't a whole lot.
They didn't need CGI because it was grounded. I don't want CGI.
No.
Okay? But this CGI was to show Matt Murdock's, or Daredevil's, I should say, mobility, rooftop to rooftop.
It's parkour.
It's parkour.
Parkour.
Yeah. So, it was parkour CGI.
Are we talking like the Matt, or not Matt Damon, the Ben Affleck CGI?
It's not good. It's like, and you know what? Marvel movie CGI has been getting worse and worse and worse.
It really has.
Yeah. We talked about Brave New World. You thought the CGI was bad. I didn't think it was bad in that movie.
Yeah.
Except for when I saw Hulk's hands grab something.
Yeah, it's very obviously on a screen.
Yeah, it's very on a screen.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, hopefully. Here's one thing that's worried me, and I don't know. Again, I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it. Really like the Netflix series. I've noticed that all of the actors on the Daredevil show, and what's his face, the Punisher guy.
Yes.
John, what's his name? Something?
Bernthal.
Bernthal, thank you. So the Punisher's getting a little series. So like probably like a made for TV movie for the Punisher show.
On Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's going to come out on Disney Plus. Pretty much like right after Daredevil.
Bring it.
But like all of them, all the actors, like the last month, all of them are like, hey guys, I just want you to know that we're really staying true to the show that came before, and it's gonna be visceral, and it's gonna be super violent. We know you guys want it, and this is what it's gonna be. We've done it so much. They're all saying that so much and so many times. I'm getting worried that it's actually not going to be that at all.
Well, see, I mean, you can't make a Punisher movie without violence, and
you cannot.
And I would say there wasn't even enough violence. Well, there was in the first season. The second season, there wasn't enough violence for me. Of Punisher, but
yes, yeah, that's fair.
But we'll see with Daredevil. I got faith.
Okay,
it's gonna be great.
Okay, no,
Third thing I'm watching. Fourth thing I'm watching.
Fourth thing you're watching.
So I was just, when you're just like, oh, man, I got to watch that show eventually.
Yeah,
and
I got to watch the Penguin.
You never get around.
It's on my list. Yeah,
yeah. I finished Penguin, by the way. So I heard a long time ago in 2019 that this series, which only got one season. Didn't get more than one season, got canceled. And I don't even know what channel it was on. But I'm like, the reviews are raving reviews about it. And so I downloaded it, and I'm watching it right now. It's 10 episodes of DC's Swamp Thing.
Oh, Swamp Thing?
Yes.
Oh.
And it was branded as, like, this is a horror...
Yeah.
Like, a horror-based...
Yeah, which Swamp Thing always kind of was.
Take on the Swamp Thing.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm 3 episodes in. I've had like 8 jump scares that have gotten me.
Really?
And the acting's good. The story's good. The characters are good. The creature looks insanely good. And it's all at night in this fucking swamp, around this swamp in this city.
Yeah.
I mean, the overarching bad guys it's kind of a trope where... okay, the rich guy in town is the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
But everything else about it is fantastic. This is a really cool show.
So how come we haven't heard a lot about it?
Because, again, it was one season on some weird television channel. I don't know which channel it was.
Yeah.
It had to be something that was adult because it's got some pretty good gore in it.
Okay.
And it just got canceled. But I remember hearing about it and how good it was. And then I looked it up recently, the review on IGN, and they gave it like a 9 out of 10. And they're like, "Oh, wow. Excellent." And I'm like, I'm going to watch this. And so I'm a couple episodes in, and it's sensational.
Really?
Swamp Thing. Very cool.
Good to know. I knew it was a thing, but I never ever heard much about it.
And so far, only 2 DC characters have shown up in it. So Swamp Thing and Madame Xanadu.
Oh, Xanadu.
And so, the way they play Xanadu in this thing is she's like the old fortune teller that lives above the bar.
Yeah.
And she's a little creepy, and she can tap into this Swamp Thing guy, and it's pretty cool.
Do you think Constantine's going to show up?
I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. And he shouldn't.
Well, he does. He does a lot of stuff with Swamp Thing.
Yeah, I don't want him to show up.
Oh, okay.
No. I don't want... no, he shouldn't.
Okay.
And then
Fair enough.
What's cool about this is like this. There's it's like the swamp is alive, like it's growing at an advanced rate, and then it's infecting people, and their people are getting sick, and then yeah.
Yeah, Swamp Thing is the swamp, or can be of the swamp.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's one of the cooler ones I've had that I've watched.
No,
So I gotta
is that on Prime? No.
You can rent or buy it from all your online retailers, or you could consult your Chinese friends. And they can help you get it.
Okay.
Okay. The fifth and sixth things I'm watching.
Oh my lordy! Okay, go ahead.
So, and the seventh. Okay. So I also, in my downtime, have started the new season of Love Is Blind.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Skip.
Okay. So I'm watching that, and then every year. So I don't watch reality TV show very much, other than Love Is Blind.
Yeah.
Except these two cooking shows.
Oh, the Spoons.
No, the Spoons. I watched the Spoons too, but the Spoons was a new one. That was a one-off. No, Top Chef.
Yeah.
And Tournament of Champions, and so those start in February every year, and so I started watching those. So I got like 7 things on the go. I'm so busy.
That's so many things to be watching.
I'm so busy right now.
You are such a busy boy.
Yeah.
You're a busy TV boy.
Yeah.
I only had the one.
What are you watching?
We talked about it, Conclave.
Oh, that's right, Conclave.
Yeah. No, we're both caught
Well,
up.
yeah, you haven't because you've been gone. So
Yeah.
you
Not yet.
can't
No,
really watch anything.
we'll get into those
What
problems.
did you do? Oh, no, we'll talk about that after.
We'll get there. You can pick my brain.
I'll pick your brain.
I got a question for you as we move into grapes.
Go.
Birds in buildings.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Birds in buildings?
Birds inside of buildings.
Why would birds be inside of buildings?
Exactly. Why are birds and no one does anything about it? But there's just birds in buildings.
Okay, let's say there was a bird in the building.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do?
I don't know, but I assume the owner of the building would have to consult a bird specialist.
So you're the owner of the building.
Yeah.
You want to call a bird guy.
I'm calling a bird guy because there's a bird in the building.
Okay, where did this happen?
I mean, it happens a lot, but it's specifically a couple times there was in our hotel in Thailand. The main eating area has doors that go to the pool out in the open area, and there's little fucking budgie birds in that thing all the time. They're just flying in, and then they're inside, and they're just flying around the eating area. A, I don't like birds. B, that's because they're going to be pooping everywhere, and that's what you're eating. That's the pooping and eating area.
Yeah, you don't want the poop.
But this happens lots.
You don't want the poop and the eating area to be
the same area.
No,
it can't be the same area. And then, but then you get all. Sometimes you get like seagulls in like 7-Elevens or like like malls. You just always hear chirping. There's birds in there for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
So why don't do anything with the birds inside of buildings, Corbin?
Were they big birds?
No, they're small little chubby
birds.
things. Yeah.
Fucking bird. And they're probably trying to get all your food and landing near you and stuff.
Yeah, they know they're assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No. Anyway.
Birds don't know their place.
They don't know their place. Fucking birds.
Fucking birds.
Stupid asshole dinosaur things.
I don't have a whole lot of grapes this week, man.
That's okay. I got a few ones, but they're quick to the point.
I've been half asleep.
Because you've been watching way too much television, apparently.
Yeah, I don't have had time to think about it even. What else you got?
Okay, the selfies.
Selfies when you're on vacation.
Like, for fuck.
Who are we talking
sakes.
about? Who are we talking about?
Everyone.
Everyone?
Everyone. I couldn't walk 8 feet without being in someone's selfie. Because just everyone's just like...
How many selfies did you take?
I took none unless my wife made me. So one night we went on a cruise on the river in Bangkok. And it was very cool. Bangkok?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it out.
Right.
I'm going to do a lot of them.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Sounds like penis. Middle of the night, lights on all sides of the river. It's very cool. And they feed you, and there's music. It's cool little boat. But we were on the deck, on the top deck, kind of by the railing. And for the 2.5 hours, the entire fucking time this boat was in the water, there was some broad rolling up to the railing and like sticking her waist over and then taking like 19 different selfies of herself against like the background of the city. Like consistently did not stop for 2.5 hours.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Were there selfie sticks?
No. Most
Are those
of them,
still a thing?
Yeah, some people had selfie sticks, but more like the older like Chinese crowd had selfie sticks.
Now you're saying Chinese crowd. Would you say Thai crowd?
No, absolutely no.
These people are Chinese.
100%.
You're saying Chinese people.
It was Chinese people, 100%. Yeah.
Well,
I know the difference. I'm not racist.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Were they all short?
No. Thai wasn't. So Thai people are an amalgamation of basically the Mons, who were the original I guess the Aboriginals of that area.
Okay.
And then the Chinese who came south and the Indians who came south. So you'll see a lot of Thai people who look Indian.
East Indian.
Well, yeah, I mean Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then some who look more Chinese.
Right.
But they're all Thai. So that's just a big group kind of all came down. That's what settled the Siam region originally. Mm-hmm. So it's fairly diverse, but as size-wise, there wasn't a big change. But there's also a big Nepal lineage there as well.
Okay.
And Nepal people are very small.
Okay.
Because we have a lot of Nepal people here in this town.
Yeah.
And they're very small people. So you can always pick them out right away. But no, size-wise is pretty diverse size-wise. But a lot of fucking selfies, Corbin.
A lot of selfies.
And all ages, from young to high middle-aged. Cougars just out there just pouting their lips and taking pictures.
You know, that's what I hate about the selfie. Is the pout lips.
The pout lips.
Just
the fucking duck lips. So much.
This
and then
noise is me making the lips.
And then they're videotaping themselves to put it on fucking TikTok.
Videotaping? How the fuck old are you?
The
videotape. Don't be videotaping.
No, a lady had a shoulder-mounted camera.
No, she did. No, she didn't.
And she would say, action!
They're videotaping.
It was just a lot. It was a lot, and it annoyed me to no end. The selfies.
I'm never letting you live.
And I told my wife this. I'm like, none of these people are attractive enough to be on the internet. So I don't know why they're putting their pictures out there. Like, you and I at least have the dignity to do this behind an obscured version of the internet where you just hear our salty voices carrying you through the evening.
Yeah.
But you don't have to look at us.
No.
Because that's not good.
It's not pleasurable.
No. I know it's not going to be. But these people are just putting all these pictures out. I'm like, none of you are attractive enough to be on the internet. Why are you doing this?
Why are you?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Because it's selfie adjacent. So you've taken all these pictures.
Yeah.
See, I don't share anything on the internet. I've never really shared pictures on the internet.
Yeah.
Like barely ever.
Yeah.
Are you a share pictures on the internet guy? Or is your wife that
I can
person?
guarantee you would not find me on the internet if you tried.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And my wife's not either. She doesn't post. She snoops. Like, she's the background sneaky person that like digging in your backgrounds for sure. But she doesn't post either.
Yeah.
Because no one cares. It's just for you.
I don't want to.
You posting pictures on the internet of your family, of your face, of your dogs, of your house. It is just for you, so that an hour later you can go back and look at your profile and be like, oh, there's my house. I put it on the internet. No one in the world gives a shit.
Yeah.
It's just for you. And if you're fine with that, go for it. But nobody else gives a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna make you angry in one sentence.
Okay,
you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a lot of people angry. Ready?
Oh, I'm so excited! How angry am I gonna get out of 10?
I don't know. I get more angry on this one.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Go.
Unrecognized item in bagging area. Unrecognized item in bagging area.
You know what? I just want people to help me.
I hate self-checkouts.
I avoid them almost at all costs, unless I have like two things.
They're the worst.
I avoid them at all costs. I can't.
And what am I doing? You have a wooden knife. What is the? I'm not there to do my own job. It's like when you go to a restaurant, you got to cook your own fucking food. No, I'm here. I bought this. Bag my groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'd never use it.
Yeah, I am tired of this. You know, I'm tired of this trend where we have to do everything. The services are now pushed back on
and
us.
then tip them for it.
Like, so like we've been to a movie together.
We have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And they've got 4 people lined up in the movie theater waiting for us to leave. Mm-hmm. I don't want to take my shit and put it in the garbage. Mm-hmm. I want them to take it and put it in the garbage.
Yeah.
Or when, like, at fast food restaurants, like, I'm like taking I'm getting my own ketchup, I'm getting my own straws, I'm getting my own drink now.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, you have to do all of it.
No, you guys do it.
Yeah.
Or else I'm leaving my tray here, and you guys can deal with that.
Yeah. It's all the time.
I'm tired of the service industry right now.
And then they have the gall to ask you for 30% tips.
Oh, no, even worse, what pisses me off? I'll tell you what pisses me off, especially about grocery stores, since we're talking about this.
Yeah.
When the self-checkout has the fucking balls
The balls.
to ask me for a donation so their corporation can get a tax break.
Yes.
Get fucked. I'm not doing a donation for that. In fact, I don't trust any kind of donation solicitation anymore. I don't trust it. Because everyone's getting a tax break except me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm out.
Yeah.
Stop asking me for tax breaks.
Unrecognized item in the bagging area.
Unrecognized item in the bagging area. In fact, so the grocery store near me didn't have the weight thing, the scale built into theirs for the years. And they just got it in there.
Oh, so now it's doing it?
I'm just getting the unrecognized item in the bag. It's like, it's popcorn. You can barely feel it.
That would really bother me.
It was a bag of popcorn the other day. I swear to God, it was a bag of popcorn, and this is not even. It doesn't even weigh.
Yeah, because nitrogen is lighter than air, so it's not going to weigh.
So stupid. You're right. That did make me mad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're welcome.
You had some good gripes today, huh? God, you're good.
Yeah, one more. Okay, one more.
One more gripe.
It's a gripe as well.
Okay. I got another one for you.
Joe, go with it.
For service industry?
Yeah.
So skip the dishes?
Yeah.
Okay, what would you like me to do with your thing? I say, knock on the door, hand me the bag. I've got that in there. They put the bag on my front step. They don't knock on the door, and they walk the fuck away.
Yeah.
I'm fucking done with these guys.
Yeah.
Not only do you not do what you're supposed to do, but you don't do what you're supposed to do.
No.
I'm so mad.
Well, and like I moved into a condo.
Yeah.
We've called twice, and they won't even buzz our room, let alone come up. They just leave it at the front fucking door and walk away.
That's fucking
infuriating. So I refuse.
So, and this is what we should be able to do. We should be able to take our fucking tip back.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be able to take my tip back if you don't fucking follow instructions. Or you don't go the extra mile to hand it to me.
Yeah.
Like, you hand me the fucking bag.
Because you can put the review on the driver saying, oh, do they this? But that doesn't come up on the front end. You don't get to pick your fucking driver.
All it says is, didn't follow instructions. And then you can't put comments in there like, you're a fucking dick.
And nothing. I hope you get hit by a bus today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then nothing ever happens on the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
fuck them. Yeah,
I just don't like skip the dishes anymore.
No, I'm with you.
So it's that, and it costs $20 more than what
every time
your order really is.
Yeah,
because the places are inflating their prices to do it.
Yeah,
and there's a delivery fee, even though I'm paying a tip.
Yeah.
So where's that delivery fee going to?
Straight to skip.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Yeah.
So I'm out.
Yeah, we're out as well.
I'm out. I'm not doing skip anymore.
No, nor do we. It's cheaper for me just to go fucking get it and bring it home.
The only time I'm doing it is when maybe I'm at like a place of business and everybody does it, and so the costs are a little minimal to everybody. Like if it's a big group.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But if it's like one or two or three,
no, if you're at home, never again.
Never again.
Never again.
I'm going to go get it.
Fucking skip.
Screw skip. I'm going to skip.
Yeah. They're going on the apathy appendix.
They are. You know what? Apathy. Skip the dishes. You're
on the apathy appendix.
Fuckers.
Lottery ticket people in front of me at the gas station.
Scratch
all of them.
What are they called? Scratch offs? What are they called? Those
scratch tickets.
Yeah, okay. Scratch tickets.
Scratch tickets.
So are you talking about those people?
All of them.
Or the
because there's two different types of assholes, right? So they're in there like you're behind them. You got your card. Like I needed a Gatorade because I'm parched, right?
Yeah.
I got my gas.
Yeah.
I'm going to get Gatorade. I'm getting line behind this whole biddy, and she's like, I would like to have the Max Play, please. And then the guy says, okay. And then he walks over to the machine and he hits the machines, and then it prints out like 4 fucking pieces of paper. And then he comes back and he puts it in front of her and says, oh, I also like a scratch ticket.
And then they got to bring them out.
And then they got to pull it. Which one do you want?
And they got to select them.
And there's a slow-ass finger going up there, like shaking away, like, this one. He's like, do you want this one? She's like, no, this one. But her arthritic finger is flipping all over the place. No one can know what she's pointing at. And I just want a fucking Gatorade, man. And it makes me mad.
The scratch ticket culture, I agree, is just infuriating. Pick your fucking ticket, lady. Actually, they shouldn't even give them the option.
You should give the option.
You're getting this one.
You want a scratch ticket? Boom, there you go. Get out. Because guess
there
what?
It is. Get out.
It's random.
No, I want that well, that's the lucky one. Really? You've been doing this for 90 years. You're still doing this?
Yeah.
It's not the lucky one.
It's not.
You're not picking the lucky
No,
one.
you're going to get hit by a bus
and
after this.
on the scratch and sniffs or whatever, you're going to get like the top prize is like 10 grand. You've easily spent more than 10 grand on these tickets.
I'm almost ready to pay her 10 grand to get the fuck out of there and get out of my way.
I will pay you $10,000 to get the fuck out of this store
and never
right
come
now
back.
so I can get my Gatorade.
That's how thirsty I was.
So is this more anger at old people, or is this more anger at lottery people?
I mean,
or is it lottery old people?
My example was an old person because they're definitely part of the problem. But no, this one specifically is lottery ticket because you have young, ish, middle-aged lottery people.
Yeah.
Young people don't buy lottery tickets, but because they still have hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. But middle-aged people, for sure. It's just disastrous.
Listen, and another thing, lady, if you win, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, she's gonna get scammed out of it.
You can barely walk. What are you going to do with it?
Scammed out of all of her money.
You're going to go on a vacation? You're not getting on a plane.
Yeah. No. Or on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always old people.
Old people.
Do I want to be old? Do you want to be old?
No, not at all.
What? Because we always say, like, what are you going to change when you're old? When I'm old, I'm doing this different than these old people. What are you doing different from these old people when you're old?
Accept death faster.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat way worse when I get older.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's burgers and fries.
What if we start doing coke?
No, I don't want to do drugs.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't like that. I'm drug free. I'm straight edge.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. But I think I'm just going to eat burgers and shit.
Sure,
I'm gonna
why not?
At the end, I'm going to be like, I'm living this life.
Yeah.
I'm just going for it.
If you get past 70, who gives a shit? Go for it.
70. I'm going to say 76 is when the wheels are coming off. Like I'm just going.
I'm going to say 70.
I'm going fucking nuts.
Yeah.
70. I want to be dead by the time I'm 80. So 76 through 80, those are going to be the
just geared up.
Yeah. Golden years.
Fair enough. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate they have that gumption.
It's going to be great.
It would be fun. Should we go into a little? Let's get another grape.
No, I'm good.
Should we do a little thing that we like to call Top 5? Top 5.
All right.
We have a top 5, Corbin.
We have a top 5, and we're going to reveal our top 5. Are you ready? Okay, let me tell you. Okay,
Suspense is killing me.
No, so here's the thing.
Here's the thing, guys.
Have you worked in a corporate world before?
I have.
Okay. And as a sane, normal speaking person, the most annoying thing is to be spoken to by somebody who does manager speak to you.
Yeah, the business jargon.
Don't give me business jargon while you talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm not a moron. I don't want to talk about. I don't want these things to just don't.
Yeah.
And so for years and years and years, this has been on my mind. So
I know you have brought it up before, and I know this drives you nuts.
Yeah. So today,
top 5.
Top 5 business jargon.
Ooh,
I know.
I didn't have to look up any of these. I had them off my brain.
That's awesome.
And I wrote them down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the way this works is we both have a list that we have not talked about. Okay. And we are going to reveal our list 5 to 1, and so we don't talk about this with each other, and maybe some of these things will match up.
Might have some crossover.
Maybe some crossovers. Yep. Maybe it won't.
I think we'll definitely have one crossover.
Okay, one crossover. All right, cool.
Because I think one is very popular in the acting studio.
In the acting studio, jargon speak.
Yeah.
Good. This is gonna be great. Okay. Number 5. Tanner starts, and I go second. Go ahead.
I forgot immediately.
Yeah.
Number 5. I first heard this back when I used to work at Future Shop, which is now called Best Buy.
Man, and you know what? And that's impressive because table speak has evolved so much since then, or whatever speak.
Business jargon.
Business jargon.
This one is number 5. Open the kimono.
I've never heard this.
Yeah, open the kimono. This is what they tell when it was sharing information sessions. They'd say, "Okay, everyone, it's time to open the kimono."
I've never heard this.
Yeah, it was awkward.
What does it mean?
I assume it means that they're opening a woman or man's kimono to thus have sexual intercourse with them. is what I assume that means.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing I would know you would do with opening a kimono. But yeah, that's honestly what they would say. Okay, it's time to open the kimono. And they'd have these sharing information sessions that you would do it in. And it was awkward, and it never, like, I had the same face you have every time we're having. I'm like, why is this a thing? No one here is A, wearing a kimono. B, we don't sell kimonos. This is an electronics store. And C, you're the whitest person I've ever seen.
Those are three big things.
Right. That are all
really
standing
debunk
against the opening of the kimono.
Opening, they don't support kimonos at all. With
No.
that information.
Yeah. So anyway, that was that one.
Opening the kimono.
Open the kimono.
Were you like, please don't? I don't want to.
Yeah, no one liked it. Everyone just kind of looked around
Did
like,
anyone just expose themselves to you, like when they opened their kimonos?
I mean, but no one wore kimonos, so I'm not sure where it was.
yeah.
Like, it wasn't like roll the zipper down.
All right, my time.
Number 5.
Now listen, there's nothing worse.
Nothing.
Nothing worse, except the other 4. That when you open an email and the first thing you read is per my last email.
My last email.
As per my last email.
Yeah.
And then they shit all over you.
Yeah.
You know, the second you see per my last email, you're like, oh, this is going to be shitty.
Yeah, this is coming.
This is coming, whatever this is.
Yeah, this is the fuck you of business jargon.
It is. It really, per my last email, go fuck yourself, is what it should say.
Yeah, it should just say, all right,
You know,
here it is again, go fuck yourself.
Per my last email, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Thanks, boss, or whoever. You know what I mean?
Totally it is, yeah.
And I will say, not all my bosses in my lifetime have used this jargon, but some definitely have.
Yeah. It is the most politically business correct way that they can get away with calling you an idiot.
My current director, who I am a very big fan of, I sent him a message a couple months ago, and a text message, and I was trying to get across like the smallest of points.
Okay.
And all I did was I tried to pack as many business jargons into the text message as I could, and it was like this long, and there's like, okay, so on the phone it was like 4 inches long, and it was just business jargon, but the point of the email was like
one
half
sentence.
half a line, yeah. And,
yeah, you're not a contrarian at all, my friend.
So I enjoyed that.
So you like that boss? Does that boss like you?
Yeah, that boss likes me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And when he talks business jargon to me, because here's the thing, it's not the manager's fault, because the manager also has a manager, and that manager has been talking to them with business jargon.
Yeah.
And it just passes down like a bad religion.
Shit rolls downhill, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's what they've learned. And so, but when he does it, I say, don't do it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do it. So that's good. That was my number 5. Per your last email, go fuck yourself.
Number 4. My number 4 is Tiger Team.
Okay, you got some really weird ones.
Yeah,
These aren't popular at all.
I beg to differ.
Okay,
our listeners right now are going like, "Oh yeah, no, that's true." A Tiger Team is a group assigned to just like tackle a challenge or to deal with a problem going on. They call it a Tiger Team. I don't know why they can just say we formed a team, we formed a group. I don't know why they need to make it sound like it's a fucking jungle expedition all of a sudden. But a Tiger Team. I don't know why it's called a Tiger. I don't know why.
Okay, how many people? When was the last time you've heard the term Tiger Team?
I've heard this term
Yes.
twice this year already.
Really?
Yeah.
Get out of town.
I will not.
I have never heard this term.
Yeah, we're going to form a Tiger Team. And when they say it, I'm like,
why can't they just form a team?
Yeah. Or just we're going to get a group together to fix this issue. No, we're going to safari in the savannas, go fucking find the problems in an ancient Aztec, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Tiger Team, number 4. Don't like it because it doesn't make sense.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Just like the fucking kimono. You got some weird ones.
Yeah, I know. People are fucking weird.
All right. Number 4. There's nothing worse other than the other 3 remaining things. That when something's going on at your workplace or your studio or your set, and you don't know about it, and then someone calls you over and they say to you, let me loop you in.
Ooh, a loop in.
Let me loop you in on this. Why don't I loop you in on this?
Oh, I want to walk away from you right now.
Which is like, hey, you weren't important enough before, but now that you're here, let me loop you in on this.
Let me. I'm in the loop right now. Me and everyone that's important is looping.
Or looped.
And you, whom are not looped.
You're not looped.
Let me give you the benefit of allowing you to loop in with me.
Allow me to loop you in on this.
Allow me, who is in the loop.
Or in the loop.
to loop you in who is not in the loop.
You're definitely not in the loop.
Fuck you. That's all I got to say to that. I like it.
I can't wait to hear what you say for the next one because you've just said
I guarantee you for the next
you
one.
said some weird ones. Okay, number 3.
Run it up the flagpole. Let me just run that up the flagpole. What the fuck? There's no flags.
No.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The top of the flagpole is top of the management tree.
You just want to go see what people think. People who you're afraid of making decisions. You want to go see what higher up people think. Just say that. Let me go see what the boss thinks. Let me go. I'm going to run it up the flagpole. There's no flagpole. There's no flags. What are you talking about?
Let me run up the flagpole. That person who's at the top of the flag has no idea there's a flag.
Yeah,
there.
they don't know they're on a flag.
I'm on a flag?
Yeah.
Why am I on a pole?
And now you're flagging.
I can't get down. I can't climb.
There's no loops on flags.
That's so stupid. On a flagpole.
Yeah.
Let me run it up the flagpole.
Run it up the flagpole.
Let me take your idea and take it nowhere because nobody can get up the flagpole. When's the last time you've seen someone climb a flagpole?
Yeah.
Never. And that's the point.
That is the
We're
point.
Run up the flagpole, which means I ain't taking this
going
anywhere.
fucking nowhere.
This ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll run up the flagpole. Just leave it there.
That's it.
There.
Yeah. Put it at the bottom.
Yeah.
It'll
No
probably
one
be
runs
here
up
later.
flagpoles.
No, nobody does that.
Number 3.
So there's nothing worse than this other than the remaining 2. So let me set the stage. Okay, so this is adjacent to let me loop you in.
Okay.
Okay, because listen, you're in a meeting with somebody, and that guy's talking, and then you start replying to them, and then they stop you like, hey, you're not saying exactly what I think I need you to be saying, so let's get on the same page.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get on the same page.
Get on the same page. That's a good one.
Yeah. Your page is not my page.
Yeah.
Let's get on the same page.
This page.
And the same page is always their
page. I was going to say, it's their page. Let's get on the same page. Let's just you do whatever the fuck I'm telling you to do, and that's the page we should be on.
Your page is shit.
Yeah.
My page is fantastic.
This page over here, this is where you need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like your page.
Let's get on the same page.
Yeah, your page. Let's get on the same page.
I don't know if anyone's
your page.
I don't know if anyone said that to me before, but I think I'd have a visceral reaction to it.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Because again, it's so condescending.
It's all of it is.
Yeah. My page, good. Your page, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have the Big Bang Theory of pages. And you got to go to my page.
Just in case we were unclear, your page is
shitty. Number 2. We did well there.
I know.
Okay, Corbin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be your boss. Okay.
Well, okay. He's walking.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna walk up to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Corbin.
Yeah.
I got a bit of extra work I need to be done. Mm-hmm. So I just need to know, what's your bandwidth?
Oh.
What's your bandwidth, Corbin?
What's your bandwidth for that?
What's your bandwidth for that? You got capacity? Just ask, can you do this? Are you tied up? Are you busy? No, what's your bandwidth?
What's your bandwidth?
Like you're a fucking internet speed.
I'd be like, I'm 128 kilobytes.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
We're dial up. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm barely pushing half a kilobyte there, boss. Go find somebody else.
Yeah.
What's your bandwidth,
You
you
ain't
guys?
gigabit. We're
Fucking
dial up.
bandwidth. Oh my god, that's so dumb.
Bandwidth.
Bandwidth.
Where's your bandwidth, man? Fuck. What is? Fuck. I hate it.
It is stupid.
I hate it.
Number 2.
All right,
Corbin.
listen.
Number 2.
And a lot of these are adjacent with each other because let me loop you in. Get on the same page. And if you don't understand what I'm telling you after all those things, it's because there's a lot of moving parts, Tanner.
Okay.
There's a lot of moving parts to this.
Yeah. Is there?
Yeah, you don't understand it enough because there's a lot of moving parts.
And I'm not going to tell you about the other parts.
No.
Even though I know.
I
'cause
know.
They're on my page.
I know all the parts.
They're
on
in my loop
page.
because my loops
But
move.
There's a lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving loops. Because they're all just condescending. All of them are just like, hey, I know everything and I'm great, but you and your page and you're out of the loop and you don't understand all the moving parts.
Again, it's all so condescending.
That's all what it is. Yeah.
Was that number 2?
That was your number 2. Number 1. I have a feeling these are going to be the same.
Okay.
My number 1.
Yeah.
Corbin, you know what your problem is?
What's that?
You're drinking the Kool-Aid.
That's not my number one.
Oh, it's okay.
That's not my number one.
Yeah. You're drinking the Kool-Aid, bud.
No. We got to drink the Kool-Aid. They want us to drink the Kool-Aid.
Sorry, that was a coworker accusing you of drinking the Kool-Aid. But then your boss who's like, Corbin, you need to start drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Right? Let's
Either, yeah.
instead of just saying blindly follow what I tell you to do or the company culture, let's reference a mass death cult event. And that's our reference for work. Remember that place where over 200 people killed themselves by drinking Kool-Aid? That's the kind of company culture I want you to get into here.
We want you to drink this Kool-Aid
You
with
need
us.
to drink this Kool-Aid with us and die.
And die.
With us.
Die a slow death in this jargon
And then
world.
the aliens will pick up our bodies. Drink the Kool-Aid, Corbin.
What a horrible reference.
It's a fucking terrible. It's a terrible. Yeah, that's literally what. Drink the Kool-Aid, Corbin. Drink this poison arsenic Kool-Aid that murdered over 20 children. Yeah,
It's so true.
Yeah.
Drink the Kool-Aid,
drink
man.
the Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah. I don't. And what? I'll tell you something. I don't like fucking Kool-Aid.
Oh, it's way too sugary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink your Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Listen. Let's do it. Ready?
Number one.
All right. So after all this jargon speak that I've given you, clearly you aren't getting what I'm saying.
Oh.
So we're going to have to circle back.
Oh, God. Twice.
We're going to have to circle back, Tanner, and revisit this on another time and go through this awful hell another time.
As for my last email,
In fact,
you could probably do all of them.
in fact, here it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Per my last email, listen, I want to loop you in on this so we can get on the same page because there's a lot of moving parts. So maybe we'll just circle back for next time. Do you not just want to punch my face repeatedly?
I do. I literally just I turned away from you a little bit there because just everything you were saying, I was like,
And you know what? And here's the thing: that sentence is completely plausible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like,
someone would have said that.
yeah. Let me touch base with you. Here's some other one.
What's your bandwidth?
Here's some other greatest hits. When someone calls you a rock star,
Yeah.
let's take this offline.
Well, I don't like that one either.
Take this offline. Hard stop.
Heart stop?
Hard.
Oh,
stop.
hard stop.
Hard stop. Above my pay grade.
But see, they're all just so condescending.
Let's put a pin in it for now.
Oh, I hate that one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put a pin in this. Which is business jargon for just saying, all right, shut the fuck up.
And I got another.
That's all
I
it
got
is.
another fuck you one here. Ready? Thanks for reaching out.
Oh, yeah, that is condescending.
Thanks for reaching out. This is just awful. Did I say table this conversation?
No.
Table this conversation.
But that's the same as put a pin in it. I mean, they're all kind of the same, right? They're all just a fancy way to say go fuck yourself.
You know what? It is. It's true.
Yeah.
Here, let me repeat this. I'm going to put them all together one more time.
Okay. Yeah.
So the top five into one sentence.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go
Yeah.
fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Fuck yourself.
Wow. Yeah. They covered the whole gambit of the same thing I was just listening to.
It wasn't a pop culture top five, but for me, this is a little passion project.
I think a lot of people are going to. I think we're gonna hit a lot of points for people. I think we're gonna open the kimono to everyone.
Yep.
Maybe form a tiger team to kind of get to the bottom of this.
Yep.
Make sure everyone has enough open bandwidth for everybody, and then run up the flagpole and make sure everyone's drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. It works for everything. Hey, you know what? Here, this would have been a good one to have when Kaylee.
When Kaylee, yeah,
because I bet that she says all this shit. Every day, all day long.
She has to, right?
She has to. That's the thing. Actually, you know what?
Or she be the person who fights against it.
I would like Kaylee to reach out to you and tell us what can she say while not saying these things.
Like, what's a normal human way to say it?
Yeah, like give us a regular human way to say something.
Okay, there you go. You got homework, Kaylee.
You got homework, Kaylee. Because this is awful.
That was a good top five. I liked that.
Top five.
Do you want to go a little bit of Taiwan time? You want to ask you some Taiwan stuff?
Please tell me about Taiwan because I got so many questions. Taiwan or Thailand?
Sorry, I made autocorrects to Taiwan. Thailand.
Taiwan's not very exciting compared to Thailand.
Yeah. No, Thailand is where we went.
I first want to ask about the plane. Okay?
Go for it.
How uncomfortable is sitting for 16 fucking hours?
It's rough, man. So we didn't upgrade because it was so fucking expensive. It was $13,000 for a business seat.
Yeah,
each.
rightfully so. Yeah, don't do that.
We put in the thing where you can put like, hey, I'll give you $1,000 if you upgrade me. They didn't do that. So we were in the cattle car, but we were in the main exit row. So like, there's quite a bit of like the wall, the midway wall, and then the exit door, then you. So we had a lot of leg room. Okay. But the chairs, they still suck. It was my wife, myself, my mother-in-law, and her husband. We all went together. I was on a Dreamliner, so a big plane. And Vancouver.
You flew out of Calgary?
Vancouver to...
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Vancouver to Bangkok, 16 hours.
Bangkok.
And it's weird, right? You fly up over British Columbia, over Alaska.
Why would you do that?
You crest the Arctic, and you come down basically the coastline of Russia, past China, over Japan, and then you cut back into the Southeast Asia, and that's
the shorter way.
It's the shorter way.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can really go up and crest the north there to come down. And yeah, it's there's no beating around it, man. It sucked. Like, you're 16 hours in a fucking tube.
Yeah.
So you just got to make sure you stand up, walk around, flex. Because if you sit for 16 hours on a plane,
in a plane like that, you really need a dining car or something, like a drink car.
Yeah, a place to walk around. And they let you. So at the back of the plane, where the stewardesses are.
Yeah, and all the people that are poor.
Yeah. And that's what they have. You can go back there and get sandwiches and stuff, or just go stand around. So, you can kind of walk around, but not really. And it's not super comfortable. Luckily, those three of my party all sat together. Mm-hmm. And then I always sat with a different group just because there was four of us. But luckily, the people I sat beside, none of them was any big hogs. So that was good.
Let me ask you this. By hour 16, how did everyone smell?
I don't remember any crazy bad smells, but the air is definitely stale. Like, those recyclers are just fucking on their last legs.
Yeah,
because it's just there's a bunch of fucking humans sardine in this can.
So you played a couple hours of video games because you only had about 4 hours of juice
at most. Yeah.
Then you watched Conclave. So that's covered about 6 hours of time.
If
6.5 hours.
Yeah.
What'd you do the rest of the time?
Well, I can't sleep on airplanes.
Okay.
No matter what I do, so I didn't sleep.
Why'd you take a sleeping pill?
I can't. I took a melatonin gummy. Doesn't make a lick of difference.
Doesn't do shit. You need a sleeping pill.
It won't help. I cannot fall asleep on planes.
Okay.
And we downloaded a lot of videos from YouTube.
Okay.
And pre-downloaded a lot there. So I had my phone full of things to watch, and then you can just start going through movies. Oh, I also watched Furiosa.
Finally watched
Furiosa.
Side note. Okay, so can we have a sidebar?
Sure. Hold on, everyone. Just hold on. Sidebar. Go ahead.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
This is which is also jargon, business jargon. We're gonna have a sidebar here.
We're having a sidebar. Everybody, can you just not be part of the sidebar?
I've been talking about how good Chris Hemsworth's villain is in that movie.
Yes.
Do you agree? Or disagree?
I do agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked the movie. I didn't think I would. That's why I never really watched it to begin with. But I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. It took me out Anna Taylor-Joy, who was fine, but they used what's her face, who originally played Furiosa in the Mad Max movie, Charlize Theron.
Yep.
They used her voice.
For what?
For Furiosa.
I don't think they did.
Yes, they did.
I don't think they did.
Go back and listen to it. They used Charlize Theron's.
I'm going to need you to Google that because I believe you're 1,000% wrong.
I know it's 100% Charlize Theron talking, and it's always like the back shot, like the back of her head, and like Charlize Theron's voice. Like, you never really see the mouth to mouth move, and it always I'm like, oh, because it's her at that age, so it always threw me away.
Okay, I believe you're 1,000% wrong, but you can Google it.
Who speaks for what's now Furiosa in the movie Furiosa? Google.
You need a producer or something.
Do we?
No, we don't.
Yeah,
we auditioned as a producer.
Do we?
It didn't work out very well. If you're listening,
just all give me.
So this pause that you're hearing now is what I've coined as the come to Jesus moment for Tanner, where he always finds out he's wrong after he Googles something that I tell him to Google. And there, if you look even at the credits of the movie, there's actually no reference of Charlize Theron whatsoever, because she's not in the movie.
Well, she's not in it, and it might be old, but it might be old. Not if it's old recordings.
Listen, she talks a lot in this movie.
She doesn't talk a whole lot.
She talks quite a bit.
How the hell do you spell Charlize? There you go.
Even when she says, I am Furiosa, that doesn't Charlize Theron. That's completely Anya Taylor-Joy.
I am Furiosa.
I am Furiosa. She's the most obscure accent. I have no idea what it is.
Anya Taylor-Joy's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like South African, but it's like not. It's like English, but then there's some other in it. I don't know what it is.
There's like some English?
Yeah.
I don't know what. Yeah, she's in it all. All right, I'll come back and find this.
Yeah, you won't.
I'm digging too much because it's going to continue on.
Yeah, you won't.
Is it?
Okay, go back. Let's go back to Thailand. Let's go back to the plane.
So we
how many times they feed you?
Twice.
So 2 meals in 16 hours.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's very much.
Yeah, I thought there'd be 3, but no, there was 2. There was a dining one and then a breakfast one.
Tell me how bad the food was on the plane.
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
Did you pack snacks for yourself?
Yes.
Okay, what'd you pack?
Like just like candy and shitty snacks and like an orange.
Well, I'm seriously interested in this part. So I would like to know what your go-to snack is on a 16-hour plane that you're like, because you got to listen. This is not a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
This is a 16-hour plane.
Yeah.
You have to pack your go-to snack.
Yeah. I had
what was it?
1 bag of Coffee Crisp minis,
which apparently they don't make Coffee Crisp anymore. Apparently. They stopped making Coffee Crisp.
What?
That's the word on the street.
All right. Let's put pause on this whole podcast here for a second.
Let's put a pin in this for a second.
Oh, God, let's not stop doing this.
Oh.
Bad beans, Coffee Crisp. We're going to find out right now. Coffee Crisp. Bar. I'm not seeing anything that says is not doing it. Coffee Crisp. Don't scare me like that.
That's what I heard on the street. This one I'm not 100% historically accurate on. Who makes it?
Nestle.
Is Nestle making...
Maybe only in Canada, because of this they only make it in Canada, right? Yeah.
So no. Okay, so apparently they're still making it. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, don't scare me like that, Jesus. And then 2 bags of Haribos.
What's Haribos?
Haribos, Bear and Coca-Cola.
I don't know what Haribos is.
The gummies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I see.
Yeah. And I only had the 1 Coffee Crisp. I didn't touch the 2 bag of gummies.
What did your wife pack for food?
She did a bag of Kit Kat minis.
Okay.
And dried mango pieces.
See, I would have went hardcore. I would have brought a big family-sized bag of chips.
Yeah, no. Oh, sorry. You're right. We each got a small can of Pringles.
Yeah, no.
We went to the dollar store before we went.
Yeah, no. I'm going big bag of chips on this one.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't enough, but it just. Yeah, you get into that mindset on a
but
big
you probably
long
could buy
ride, right?
snacks as well on the plane.
You could, but I didn't.
No,
because it's just like $9 for a fucking candy bar.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, they get you hard.
All right, so you watch YouTube videos. You only watch one movie, which is shocking to me because you could in 16 hours you could bang out a season of a show.
Yep.
You could have banged out.
The guy beside me was watching Severance, so I kind of watched that independently. Not what I thought it was about.
Yeah.
See,
this is where an iPad is actually handy because an iPad's battery would last like 20 hours.
Yeah, and my phone did fine. Like I said, I downloaded
a bunch. The problem is when you
of
get there, you probably need your phone to gather your bearings, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you land at the Thailand airport.
Yes.
Okay. How do you navigate a country you've never been in before? That has definitely has a different.
Yeah. So most signs have an English writing, but there's very little English in Thailand.
Okay.
It is Thai, of which they speak, which is a very different language from ours. So you're very sometimes you go to France or Germany, you can get bits and pieces very lightly because English is kind of based off all those anyway, right? But in Thai, it's nothing.
Yeah.
So it's very you're just hoping a prayer. But we land at the airport. We get their version of Uber.
How do you know what that is?
We just pre-planned. Okay. We just Googled before we got there. Okay, what's the best rideshare app to use there? So we had them come grab us from the airport, take us about 45 minutes from the airport to our hotel. Now Bangkok is about 11 to 14 million people.
Okay.
So it's big.
That's
big.
fucking huge.
It's a big,
Well,
big
that
city.
is- Yeah.
And the traffic is fucking insane. Like, it's right on par there of shit with, like, Paris and all the big centers.
Okay.
Like, really crazy bad. And got to our hotel. Tried to stay for a couple hours, but, I mean, you're so fucked because it's a 14-hour difference in time. So you're basically more than opposite fucked, right? So we slept. Got up, and then we started hitting places we went around. Jalen did a really good thing. There's an app that you can privately hire guides.
Okay.
Just for yourself. So she was going through the main places. So like they have the Grand Palace. So Thailand has a king. Because it was Siam, right? You know the King and I. You all play the King and I. That's based off of the King of Siam, which became Thailand. It just in World War II. So they've had the same monarch line for the last 10 kings. Their king name is Rama. So King Rama X is the current king, but they are a constitutional monarchy. So they have a prime minister and that kind of thing. But they're much more. Because technically we, in Canada, are also a constitutional monarchy. But they are much more inclined to their king than we are here. Like, every government building has a massive portrait of the king. Along the highway, there's, like, statues and everything of the new king. And this new king's only been there for, like, 5 years. His dad had died recently, and everyone loved the dad. The dad, King Rama IX, was like super into helping the poor, and the people fucking loved him. He was the king for a long time, and he just died. And this new one's just like he was a nepo baby. He grew up rich and just like banging broads and fucking doing coke, not hanging out with anybody. So no one really likes this guy, even though he's 70 now. But
he's 70 now.
Yeah, he's 70 now. Yeah, because his dad was the king for a long time.
Okay.
So they a lot of it's kind of based around that. I think they're a little bit more inclined, like you can't talk shit about the king, which is technically a rule here in Canada as well. But everyone talks shit about the king. It's nothing to do with us, right? But there, it's a little bit more like, hey, don't talk shit about the king, right? But other than that, it wasn't bad, like from a safety level or anything like that. Fuck ton of traffic, fuck ton of people, fucking super hot. Wow, because it was just kicking into their summertime. So every day it didn't get below.
Was it humid there?
Super humid.
Okay.
It didn't get below 34 once while we were there.
Nice.
The hottest day was 46 degrees.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Like super hot. And that wasn't even their hottest part of the year yet.
Let's talk about the most important thing to me about your trip.
Let's talk about it.
I want to know about the food.
Yeah.
I want to know how you chose the places you ate at. I want to know how you, with so many dietary restrictions and not speaking Thai, were able to decipher what you can eat and what you couldn't eat.
Yeah, great question. Great question,
Okay,
Corbin.
go ahead. So,
Thai money
is
not great.
Okay. Meaning what?
Value-wise.
Okay, so
100, and they call it baht. So we call ours dollars. Theirs is called baht. So 100 baht.
B-A-H-T, isn't it?
B-H-A-T. So 100 baht.
I know that because I do crosswords. And I know the answer. You could have asked me that. I would have known the answer.
You're saying it like you're bragging, but what you're saying sounds sad.
No, I like crosswords because they're for smart people, and that's what I am.
Okay. So let's put a pin in that.
Okay. We'll circle back. We'll
circle back to that. So 100 Thai baht is $4 Canadian.
Okay.
Okay. So get that into your head of how money works. Okay.
Okay. So
there is an incredible amount of food in this city.
I'll go fucking nuts too.
You couldn't go, and I'm conservatively, you couldn't go 20 steps without a food vendor.
A street vendor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Without selling some fucking type of food, whether it's a drink or it's whatever it is. Literally, you couldn't go 20 steps anywhere in the city without there being a 7-Eleven, a McDonald's, a KFC, or just street side food vendors or little tiny shops built into the kind of tiny walls.
Sidebar?
Yeah. Sidebar.
I think you'd be the same when I suggest this.
Yeah.
And this surprises me that you live here doing what you do.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't have kids, I would want to live in a major metropolis where it's just me, an apartment, like me and my wife, an apartment building, and food vendors everywhere, and just walking in urban areas. Go ahead.
So right outside our hotel, like watch the road and go 10 steps to the left. There's an alleyway, which is kind of a roadway, and it's just full. It's a tiny. There's these tiny little almost street market things that are made just mainly for the public, but there'll be 7 or 8 different food stalls there with like little shitty picnic tables just on the side of the road. You just go get your food and go sit down, and these places were full all the time.
Yeah.
So in Thailand, you work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day.
Oh my God! Like everybody does?
Everybody does it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody. So, but 7 o'clock was the changeover. So from like 6:50 to 7:40, all these places are full because everyone just gets out and goes and eats because no one cooks food in Thailand. No one has kitchens like we do. I mean, some people will, but like for the vast majority of people, like you said, they live in massive apartment buildings, and they would just go down and get food because I could have a full meal of pork, like fried pork, rice, and maybe an order of like gyoza, dumplings, and a drink for what would equate to us to be like $3.
Get banned.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And like full, fresh, good meal. If $3. Like it wasn't 100 baht, if nothing. Like usually it was between 60 and 70 baht.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Did you tip a lot?
We did. So it's not common there, but they're not like aggressively against it. But yeah, like we'll have a meal, and then if it's good, we'll say, oh, here's 20 baht. And they're Thai are the ones that hold the hands up in like the prayer and like bend down. Like Japanese just bow, but they bow and have the hands up in Thai. So you do that. They're bowing, they get their hands up there because they don't get it a lot because Europeans don't tip, and not a lot of North Americans were there. It was a lot of Europeans went there, and then we were there. So Europeans don't tip anyway. So they were really surprised when they got a tip. And we went to this. There was a smash burger place about a 10-minute walk from our hotel. And it was a young guy. His name was Johnny because that's their English name. And he just started this after COVID because the government gave a bunch of grants to get people to start businesses after COVID down there. So he started this. He only started in the last few months. A smash burger shop. So it's literally just sit around a table, no bigger than this room, off the main highway, and he did smash burgers and fries. That's it.
Yeah.
And two patty smash burger, bacon, fries, drink. Was 110 baht, so like $4.20.
Wow.
And really good. Like really, you would have. He fried onions, put them in the meat, and then he put fresh chopped onions on every layer of patty. You would have really liked it.
I just don't think you tipped enough. I think you should have threw down some Canadian tips for this stuff.
So we did it near the end when we started walking away so we tipped him because we in the course of 2 weeks we probably went to Johnny's 4 times.
Really? That's awesome. They were good.
Because they're good. And we wanted to, he's a young guy, started out, we want to support him. We tipped him every time.
Okay.
On the 3rd time, and we tipped about 100 baht a time, so $4 Canadian a time.
Yep. On
the 3rd time we went back, we tried this again, he refused. He's like, absolutely not. He's like, you guys have paid me way too much money. He's like, I'm not taking any more money from you. He's like, absolutely. He was like, adamantly not taking it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, absolutely not. I'm not taking more money. He's like, he's looking at us like we're crazy. He's like, why are you? He's like, no. So, yeah, it's just different that way.
Yeah.
But yes, they're all grateful. So food wise, no, it was honestly great. There's rice and everything. There's chicken. There's pork. There's not a lot of beef there because they don't have a lot of cows. So if you want it, the closest you're going to get is like lamb, maybe a little bit of lamb.
But your smash burgers were beef.
But the smash burgers were beef because he paid more to get the beef. Now it's not Canadian beef for sure.
Yep.
But it was because they get most of their beef comes from Australia.
Okay.
So it was Aussie beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the question still stands. You're going places with, I assume, Thai menus.
Yeah.
How did you
buy
things that didn't kill you?
It's the same thing they do.
Or you just do some Google Translate.
Well, yeah. We always have Google Translate on the phone because, yeah, you look at the menu and it'll be written in Thai, which is nonsense.
Yeah.
So you use Google Translate, which worked very well. But the same thing, a lot of Asian countries we've been to do this. They have pictures of all the dishes they make, and they're numbered.
Okay.
So you just walk up and you go, number 2, and you just show a 2, and they go, oh, okay, and they just go make you a 2.
But what if you didn't know what was in 2, though? Oh, after the Google Translate, you don't do that.
Yeah, you do Google Translate, but I mean, they're not elaborate. Like, we're not talking like massive, things. Like, there'll be like soups, and obviously pad thai is a big thing.
Yeah,
there,
but
right?
I mean, you can't eat certain peppers or
So
tomatoes
if I wasn't sure, I mean, I can take things off, but if I wasn't, like, they put a lot of nuts on things, right?
Yes.
So I had a little card laminated that's in Thai that says I have an allergy to nuts.
Oh, wow.
So please don't put nuts on it's in Thai. And I just showed them the little laminate card.
That's really smart.
And they'd be like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's
they
really smart.
Yeah. They say no. They make like a little X with their hands and their wrists. They do like this. And they go, no. And that means no there.
That's that. No what?
That's like no. So if you ask a question, they did this.
Okay.
That's how they get across no, because no, their version of no is like, like it's
a lot of no.
It's a lot of no.
So I want to know the best thing you ate when you were there.
Oh, those Johnnies were good. There is a place called Tops, which is kind of a crossover between a local supermarket and dining area. So you would prepay a little card, and it's almost like a concession stand. There'd be like 12 or 15 different little tiny shops in this little air-conditioned basement. And again, this is where everyone goes when they're after work. So you get your little card, you can put as much cash on you want to it, and you just walk to whatever stall you want, and you point to the number and you tap the card. And there was a pork rice curry dish that was there that was kind of like a sweet curry.
Ooh, Thai curries.
Yeah, it was like a sweet curry with the rice and chicken. It was like $2.80 to eat, and a big meal. I love that. We went there like 6 times for dinner. So you walk around, you're sweating all day, you don't want to do anything. But that's what everyone does. They don't have kitchens. They go to those shops and like everywhere, and they pay their $2 and they get their full dinner.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I know I'm asking a lot about food, but
Yeah.
just in general. So did you exchange and have actual bought in hand, or did you try to do everything digitally?
No, you couldn't do everything digitally. It's very cash heavy there. So we brought down most. Actually, we all the money we brought down was pretty much perfect for while we were down there. For bought. So there's some things you can get with cards. Like some places will have cards that you can use, but I would say like 70% of that country is still cash.
So getting there was probably expensive, but staying there, like if the food is that cheap, was everything else that cheap?
Yep.
So like the hotels were cheap.
Yeah.
Like in Canadian, like how much Canadian were you paying?
So we were in a hotel, like a proper 37th floor of a 40-floor hotel, full breakfast included, like a full buffet, like big style, almond bar, the whole 9 yards. Breakfast included every day. A 3-room hotel.
Yeah, pool time. Pool time.
Yeah, you had the pool there.
Okay, go ahead.
There's like 3 different bars in this hotel. A couple different restaurants, and it was $110 a night Canadian.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Time to go to Thailand, hey?
Yeah, like it hurt. Like flew back into Calgary, and then we stopped at like Wendy's, and it was like $14 to buy a burger. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I know, right? Where's Johnny's?
So yeah, it was. It is once you're there, if you buy Thai. Okay, so they have in Thai kind of like what America's doing to us right now, where they have a lot of tariffs on imports. So if you wanted to go buy some Thai booze or beer, like a big fucking 45 Colts of Thai beer would be like 30 baht, like a big one.
Okay.
Super cheap. But if you wanted to buy a Smirnoff, bottle of Smirnoff, it's like $4.
Oh, okay.
Because there's like an extra 18% tax on imported beer. So imported specific things like that, they were more like what our prices are. But if you were buying Thai, it was unbelievably cheap.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So they really hammer that home. So like, yeah, we had more than enough walking around money and to kind of go by, and you ate well. Like I had no problems eating, just like I had no problems eating in Japan, because there's rice and pork and chicken. Like you can get whatever you want, and it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the food was really good.
Awesome. Tell me more.
We got so we hired our tour guide. His name was Akron, but he went by Andy. And he was basically a history professor at one of the local colleges. And he just does this part-time. So you hire him. So he took us to the Grand Palace in Bangkok.
So he drives you around?
So we met him there.
Okay.
And then he just kind of walks us through, which is really, really good. And I really strongly suggest you do this if you go to a country like Thailand or Cambodia or Laos. Is just that nothing is in English. And when you get to these magnificent places, and there's really the history there, right? Because we're talking thousands of years, and pushing way back when, and nothing's really described. So you can go there and you can admire the buildings and you can admire the paintings and the murals, but you don't know what's going on. You don't understand anything. So the fact that we had this guy come through and he walked us through every step, says, okay, this is what this is. This is what this story is. This is what they're trying to make. And he would equate. He's like, okay, so like this mountain because it's Hindu and Buddhism are the two primary religions there. And so much of their culture is based on that. He's like, okay, so like this mountain of where Vishnu sits and does this. He's like, but this is Mount Olympus. He's like, and that's Zeus. And this is the mountain. This is the same. Like he would equate it to a Western audience, I guess. Mm-hmm. And he was great. He spoke really good English. And like super kind, quiet guy, like made sure we all had he'd fix your water bottles, make sure you need it. Like he was a really good guy. Like for all day. Yeah. Like for this guy walking us around to a couple different sites and really learning a lot. Like we paid this guy maybe $80.
Holy shit.
Yeah. For like the full day.
That's insanity.
Yeah. It's not bad. So and it was awesome. Like we took way more away actually learning about them than just we ever would have got just standing there and staring away. And he was ours. Like there was just the four of us and him. And it's just tight, you're not with a big fucking group, which there's a lot of that there. And yeah, he was really great about this. So I do suggest you do that if you go there, because you're not going to get much out of it if you don't.
Yeah.
What else we do? We went to the Chatuchak market, which is the largest outdoor market on earth. Mm. So like between 14 and 16,000 stalls.
Oh.
In this market, and it is tight. So it's imagine a circle, and it's almost like the rings of a tree as it kind of comes out, and each little ring would be like a walking path, no bigger than 3 feet, and every 5 feet is a stall. And you just go through these circles, and there's cuts. Like you would easily get lost in this. And we were there for 5 hours and maybe saw 15% of it.
5 hours. What did you do in that 5 hours?
Just walked around and sweated, my friend. Mm. And yeah, I mean, they bought some stuff, and anything and everything you can imagine is there.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, but it's just kind of cool to see, because it's just a fuck ton of people and a fuck ton of shops, and it's kind of a cool way to see that. So
absolutely.
There. We went to the reclining Buddha statue, which is a 46-meter long big Buddha.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is kind of cool to see.
Yeah, for sure.
Massive building around it. And there was
so I guess going back to cost.
Yeah.
So I guess your Thai Uber will be relatively cheap too.
Oh yeah. So we took they're usually about an hour to go anywhere, just because of the traffic and the amount of people there. So what would an hour-long taxi ride here be?
Hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Right. So I think the most expensive one, because we got like the XL vehicle to take us somewhere, would have been, including tolls, like $22.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cost of getting around and doing anything there is nothing. And it was really cool that way.
So how many Europeans did you actually see there? Like lots
quite
of
Europeans? A bit. Okay. Yeah, quite a bit. So we went to a place called Khao Road, which is like the quintessential tourist / Bangkokian, when you imagine it. So you walk around the shops and the lady boys and the bars and that kind of place. Yeah. That's Khao Road.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about nightlife. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we went there, and yeah, nothing shuts down till at least 3. So it goes pretty hard if you want. And yeah, but there's a bunch of hostels on that road. So it's all the really young / poorer / hippie people stay there, because it's all hostels on the small road, but everything else is very touristy centric.
God, the hostels probably cost like 10 baht.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, if that. But it's also stinky, non-air conditioned.
Yeah,
gross, poor hostel people. But yeah, they're out there. They're definitely you can. There are Thai massage parlors every 8 feet you go.
Okay.
And
like we're talking about, like massage parlor,
right? So I learned there's a pretty easy way to tell the difference.
Okay,
I found so the ones that are just a regular massage place, which is the majority, they're uniformed.
Okay,
they all have a uniform on.
Okay,
the ones that are not wearing uniforms are more recreational.
Okay,
right? And those ones, all the masseuses will sit outside the store. Because it's hot.
Yep.
But they'll all sit outside. And then when you go there, you just kind of be like, you.
Oh.
And you go in.
Oh, wow.
So it's almost kind of like the menu is just out front.
Okay, fair enough.
And they're just sitting there on their phones. They're just blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, hey. And they go, hey, wah. And then you get up and you go in and away you go.
That's very interesting.
Or so I'm told.
Or so you're told. Absolutely.
Yeah. But they're great. I had 3 Thai massages while we were there. They beat the shit out of you. But it feels really good for the next few days, especially when you're walking around so much.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We went to Ayutthaya, which was the old capital city, a couple hours north of Bangkok. And we brought Andy with us to that one.
Okay.
And
so you had Andy a couple days.
Yeah, so we said, Andy, we didn't call the company that time because we did the first one, we had the company. We called them the next day and said, hey, Andy, we want to go to this place. Can we just book you and just do it? He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, you just pay me and we'll go. He's like, yeah. He's like, where do you want to go? He's like, I want to go to this town. He's like, okay, I'll book a car. We'll come pick you up at 6 a.m. at your hotel, and we'll drive up there. Great. So we did that and paid him half the price now because now you're not paying the company. So we just paid him half, and he covered the vehicle and everything.
You tipped him good, though.
We tipped him well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he took us up there. We got to see the old capital, which is very cool. We got to see the elephants, the Thai elephants, which are a big deal there. And again, it's the history, like learning, like you need to walk through the old, from the ancient history up to what they were doing in World War II, right? And
so you did a lot of urban wandering, I would assume. That we've. I guess the big question for me is how safe did we feel for this trip?
I felt fine.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, we weren't cruising Khao San Road in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Like we weren't going hard drinking those places where there probably would be more of an element.
Yep.
But no, I had no issues. There was actually in our hotel the last few days we were there was a police conference.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of police officers. They called it a police influencer thing, but I think that was just a weird English transaction.
Yeah.
So I was curious. Mm-hmm. I'm a curious boy.
Yeah. So
there's a bar at the top of the hotel was booked out for this, whatever they were doing, police conference. So I went up there. And this lady was running the door. And as soon as I got up there, I can hear it's karaoke. They're having karaoke night. And I was like, oh, man. I'm like, I should go in there and just fucking... it's Asian people. They love karaoke, but they're just doing their best, right? Yep. They're just trying to sing songs that aren't in their language. They're doing their best. I'm like, I should go in there and just fucking crush some songs and just be an all-star. And, I go in there and be a really friendly Canadian and, hey, famous actor, go do my things, try and get in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not even a little bit. They wouldn't let me in.
They wouldn't let you in?
Not even close. No.
What did they say to you?
They said, no, leave.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you try to explain to them that you're just doing some research for a role?
Yeah. I said, I'm trying to find out what this whole police thing's about. Maybe I can learn some things and there's karaoke's over there. And they're like, no.
Aw.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So that didn't work. So I got booted out of that. So that's fine.
That's okay.
Didn't get to the karaoke, but that's fine.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Went to another town, saw some monkeys.
Thai monkeys.
Yeah. They're assholes, though. They give you a stick to fight them off with.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are they assholes about? What are they trying to do to you?
Like, they'll climb on you and steal your glasses, steal your hats, take your phone.
Monkeys are awesome, actually.
Yeah, and if you stare at them, eye contact, that means to fight, and so then they'll just attack you. So
okay.
They give you a bamboo stick to fucking beat them with.
Oh no, You didn't beat a monkey, did you?
No, it was so fucking hot that day. They wanted nothing to do with anybody. They just in the shade, trying not to be burning alive.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Anything else to add on Thailand? Because that sounds like a really cool.
Yeah, honestly, aside from that fucking travel to get there, which is a pain in the ass.
Okay.
It is. They are very friendly people.
Okay.
Which is a contrast to like a Japan trip I did, where everyone's just fucking business. Don't look at me. Move on.
Yeah.
The Thai people were very friendly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you get the chance, I would definitely say go experience what you can. Bring a guide with you if you're going to go look at the ancient stuff, because you're not going to get much out of it if you don't. And enjoy the cheap fucking eating, and be sad when you come back and pay our fucking prices.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. It's an awesome trip. Thailand, everybody.
Thailand. It was fun.
I would love to go to Thailand. I love Thai food.
Yeah.
I love Western Thai food anyway. I'd really love to try Thailand Thai food.
It is good. I think you'd like it. And I think we're going to finish off with a game.
A game.
So, we're actors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought it would be fun to try another game of Name That Movie,
Okay.
where I would give you a line or a song or something from a film, and you'd tell me what the movie was.
Okay.
Okay? This time,
Oh, this is going to be tough.
this time, we are going to act out the lines.
Oh, come on.
And then you're going to give me the movie title.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So how it's going to work is I'm going to send Corbin his script with a couple small direction lines of how to say and what to say.
Okay.
You give it to me, and then tell me if you can give me the name. Some of them I'll be in here with you, but some of them might just be you. So if you pull up your Discord, I sent you your script for this first one.
Okay. Did you say something too?
Not this one. This one's just you. So I'll give this one, tell you how to read it, and when you're ready, on your own time.
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity. Farewell.
Do you know what movie that's from?
No fucking idea.
That is Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch Toy Story.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm sorry.
What, you don't have to apologize.
How did I do? Did I do the professional righteousness?
Yeah, I think you did good.
Okay.
I think, it was a little more aggressive than the movie, but it was
okay.
good.
Okay.
Here's your second one.
Okay, this is supposed to be with refined displeasure. Okay. By all means, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills me.
Any idea?
No, I have no idea.
That is Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada.
Why the fuck would I know that?
That's a good movie.
Let me read it again.
Yeah.
By all means, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills me. I couldn't tell you anything that happened in The Devil Wears Prada. You've met me before today. Are you picking movies I would watch? Because if you don't, then I'm not going to know them. I just want you to know.
I was trying to pick movies that had a decent line here. Okay, I'm going to do this one with you.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Hold on. It's kind of clumps together. Hold on. Here we go. Sexual tension and anger. Okay, go.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Dance with me.
You don't dance.
That was just part of my cover, sweetheart.
Was sloth part of it too?
I know you've seen this one.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
It is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Well done.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, see, look at you. Look at you doing it. Okay, this one's gonna be a little more tough to do.
I didn't know that. I guessed, by the way.
That was good.
Yeah.
You did a good guess.
Okay, this all comes really together. Hold on.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Not having just met you, I wouldn't go as far as calling you a cold-hearted bastard.
Of course not.
But it wouldn't be a stretch to imagine that you think of women as disposable pleasures rather than meaningful pursuits. So as charming as you are, I will be keeping my eye on our government's money and off your perfectly formed arse.
You noticed.
Even accountants have imaginations. How was your lamb?
Skewered. One sympathizes.
This is going to be Casino Royale?
That's Casino Royale.
Yeah.
Bond meets Vesper in the train.
That's what I was thinking.
Well done.
Yes!
You did a good Vesper.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. Because the problem is I'm reading the line, but I'm thinking about the movie. I'm trying to think about it.
Yeah.
So I'm not, you know?
Yeah, I didn't say it was going to be easy.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I'm going to make some room, and there.
You like me because I'm a scoundrel. There aren't enough scoundrels in your life.
I happen to like nice men.
I'm nice men. This is... Oh, is this Empire? Is this Empire? Empire.
It is Empire.
Yeah.
Well done. Han and Leia.
Yeah.
I'm nice men. Okay, this one I just wanted to see you do. You're doing good. You're 50-50 so far.
I'm 50-50. Okay, you people sit tight. Hold the fort down and keep the home fires burning. And if you're not back by dawn, call the president. Keep the home fires burning. If we're not back by dawn, call the president. Oh, I should know this. I feel like I should know this. Okay, I don't know this.
That is Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, yeah, no. I wouldn't. I'm a fan of the movie, but I don't know the movie that well.
Fair. Next one we're both into.
Okay, go ahead.
How did you know she was a Nazi?
She talks in her sleep. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
There you go. So you're really good at that. Okay, I got two more. I don't know if you're going to get this next one. It's going to be pretty difficult for you.
Oh, no. But, I could surprise you.
That's true.
Okay, ready? This is excited to be there is what it says. Ever fired 2 guns while jumping through the air?
No.
Ever fired 1 gun while jumping through the air?
No.
That is Hot Fuzz, the greatest comedy of all time.
That is Hot Fuzz. Well done. And lastly, I need you to I need a little bit of more direction. I need you to put a little bit more into this one.
Okay, I'm going to do my best. And then I'm going to have to take some time after and think about it. Because I'm going to try not to think about it.
Yeah, don't think with the movie. Just give it to me. Give it to me as you can.
You guys might not know this, but I consider myself a bit of a loner. I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack. I was doing the thing where I was thinking about it.
I can tell.
Yeah, this is The Hangover.
This is The Hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. That was it. Okay, so you got most of them.
I got most of them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you thought I would know Toy Story and The Devil Wears Prada, but interesting.
Yeah, I wanted to break it in a little early.
But I'm proud of my performance.
Yeah, you know what? You're as always, your reading skills are quite good. You read a script well.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. And that's all the things I got for...
Talks in her sleep.
Talks in her sleep. It's a great movie. Should watch it again. And that's what we got, man. That was our go.
Let's look at the time on this one. I'm going to look at it. 1:53. I can't believe we talked for 2 hours.
We always do, and I never feel like we do, but we always end up getting there. So thanks for sitting around with us and hearing about our stories, and appreciate you guys. Corbin, I'm
going to get a burger for lunch today.
That's a good call. Burgers are good.
Smash Burger.
Where can they find us?
At the Smash Burger Place.
Smash Burger Place.
Smash Burgers. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify and iTunes, Facebook, Apathy Podcast on Twitter, Radical Apathy Podcast on Facebook. But most of all, just listen to our podcasts because we like it, and give us a like or a whatever the thing is on that platform. Give us the thing.
Tell us.
Give us the thing. We had a last episode. Was it last episode or 2 episodes ago? We had a really good listener bump. We had a bump.
Oh yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Because we don't announce what we talk about.
No, we don't. We just it's all kind of off the gun. But
that was a big listener bump.
For whatever reason, they liked that episode.
Yeah.
I don't think the next one had the bump. So for whatever it was, that one people liked.
Yeah, it was weird.
If tell us what your business jargons that you guys don't like.
Yeah.
If you agree with ours or not, and if you would pay that much for Cheetozard.
Okay, one final question.
Okay.
Not including flights. What was your total out of pocket Canadian? Because these prices amaze me. I want to know. What do you think?
Ooh, I think we took 3,000 in cash and turned it into bot.
Okay.
And I had bot when I came back.
I don't even know how you'd get through 3,000 bot with this. 3,000 cash or 3,000 bot you took or 3,000 cash?
3,000 cash Canadian to have, and we had money when we came back, and that was like, oh, and also I bought. I forgot to say I had a suit tailored and cut and made for myself. It took 2.5 days, and it cost $400. Which would have
$400 bot or
$400, which it would have easily cost $1,200 in Canada.
Yeah,
because it was a full-on suit cut.
What made you do that?
Because it was there and the price was good. I was like, I do like that. I do like how that looks.
That's pretty cool. So
yeah,
new suit.
That's
pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty too.
And so less than $3,000.
Easy. Yeah, because like I said, we brought cash back, and we front ended some stuff for getting down there. Like, yeah, like you definitely wouldn't need that much.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That's for 2 weeks.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Where did you? Okay. Okay, I got more questions.
We're near the end.
Okay, I know we're the end. Last question. Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you get your bot here?
We did. Yeah. But you could have also easily done it there. The price exchange was pretty decent to do it there.
You went to a bank and had them do it here?
Yeah.
So you went to just a bank and say, I need some bot.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it takes them about a week, but yeah, they do it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. So
I'm fascinated by that. I'm fascinated by the cost.
yeah, it's a really good trip, you guys. So if it is within your power, I suggest you do it. It is the Radical Apathy stamp approved.
That's right.
Go to Johnny's Burgers while you're there. It's quite tasty. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
It was a pleasure.
Let us know you had fun.
And just remember, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Love you. Bye.